Hi there, Trent here, and this is Sarah. We're going to take you through some of the fundamental movements of the basic squat technique. A very important movement, especially a very basic movement, but however a very important functional movement that a lot of people in today's society do find quite challenging, especially in Western society. Alright, so what we're going to get first of all is Sarah's going to go through just some basic squats. She's going to do the technique correctly. Then I'm going to show you some common faults and some ways to correct them as well. Alright, so first of all, Sarah, just jump into the squats for me. You'll notice her feet are about shoulder width apart. The toe zone is slightly pointing outwards. We don't want to have them too far out, so only slightly pointing outwards. As she comes down into the squat, her knee drives out over her middle toe. Okay, so she really utilises her glutes here and provides some torque through her hips to get more strength in the movement. Notice again how Sarah comes down into the squat. She keeps her arms up nice and high. She doesn't bring them down low. I'll get her to face that way for us, please, Sarah. Again, you're going to notice a neutral spine. First move it is her backside comes out and back. Again, her knees are coming out over her toes. Backside comes out and back. She keeps a neutral spine, chest up through the whole movement. There isn't too much flexion through the hips here. She keeps that chest up nice and high. Okay, back to the front, please, Sarah. Okay, some common faults you will see is people when they squat, they tend to roll in with their knees, okay, which is unhealthy for the knees. Sarah's going to demonstrate how this may look. So the knees coming in here, sort of buckling in over the middle toe. You also notice with this as well, it decreases the range of movement through the hips. So she can't get the hip crease below the knee. Okay, the hip crease is very important we get that below the knee so we get that full range of movement. So the way to correct this is basically I put my hands to the side of her knees. As she comes down in the squat, we're really going to try and touch my hands with your knees as you come down. So come down, draw that, touch, 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 good, and then coming up from there. And again, touch, keep touching, good, and then up. Also, as she comes back up from the squat, I'm going to keep my hands there, so as she's coming up, she's still driving those knees out on the way up, so she doesn't come back in as she comes back up. Again, another demonstration, so touching my hands as you come down, good, and then on the way back up, keep those knees out, good, okay? Just one cue that you can use to help with that movement, okay? Another thing you might find as well, Sarah, face this way for me, please, is people really flexing over at the hips when they come to that squat. So Sarah's going to demonstrate this. Notice as you come right over the hips here, big crease, or sorry, a small angle here as she goes through. She's going to do a few of them for you so you get an idea. So the hip crease isn't getting below the knee, it's up nice and high, well not nice, but it's up high. Okay, hip crease too high, too much of a flexion at the hips. One way we can help this is just a very simple coaching cue is basically when Sarah squats now, I'm going to get her to reach her hands up on a high angle as she comes down. So reach those hands high as you come down that squat there. Again, you can see it has improved a little bit, but she is still flexing a little bit at the hips there. I'm also going to tell her to keep her vision a little bit slightly up as well. So coming down and come up from there, good, and then up from there. Also, I'm really going to encourage her to come back with the hips as she comes down. So push her backside back, that's it, and then down, and then up from there. Again, really important that we drive those knees out. That's going to also help to keep that chest high. So drive those knees out, and up from there. As she comes up, she can bring the arms down. And as she comes up again into the squat, her arm's going to go up and down. Okay, one other thing you can also help as well is just provide a bit of external manipulation. And this can be done as Sarah's going to go down in the squat, down low. She's going to be flexed forward here. Basically, put my hand on her lower back there and just stretching the position here. And then I'm going to get her to come up from that position there and keep my hand there. It's going to also help as well. Back down again. And then I'm just going to pull her into position and then get her to come up from there. And you just work on that quite a few times until they really get that feel of that movement where they need to be in what position on that posture. Alright, so that's basically our air squat or bodyweight squat, a very fundamental movement, but one of the first movements you need to learn before you go into any front squats, overhead squats, and some more technical moves. Thanks for your time, guys.
To further add and improve the squat technique, there's a few added tools you can add. One here is using the power band placed just around the knees, then squatting in a deep squat position and drive the knees out to really activate the glutes. Also, to open up the hips, you can put the knee up as close as you possibly can to a wall, get that stretch through the hip flexor and through the quadricep. Using a kettlebell or a dumbbell, you can get yourself into a low squat position using the elbows to extend through the adductors and use the kettlebell weight to pull you down lower. And also using basically a squat up against the wall to help keep that chest high through the movement.